Rhea Ripley may well have just seen a ghost, 'cause that's my Wwe 2K19, and she has got some sweet revenge for Io Shirai in the process. Kushida's ways are useless. They brought him down. They make him laugh. Itami calls Kushida a joke. This isn't about Kushida. This is about Hideo Itami, and he will prove it again. Mark his words. And Hangman Page viciously, heinously assaulting Cobb now. What the hell is all this about? Hello and welcome to Universe Mode. This is NXT. It's a big night of action here on NXT. There's no denying it, because tonight we've got a big title match coming up for you. And it's going to be a big one. There's no doubt about it. The main event of the evening is set, but it's still a huge night of action before we get to that point. A Takeover rematch between two bitter rivals. Toni Storm and Tessa Blanchard will lock horns for the first time since that steel cage match in Philadelphia. That's going to be a huge one right there, especially after what we've seen over the last 2 weeks involving NXT and Trifecta fighting against one another. That's going to be a big one, and a big shot at redemption for Toni Storm maybe. But coming up in our main event of the evening, it is the big one. It is for the NXT Global Championship, and it is Lio Rush defending his title against Elias. It's going to be a huge one. Elias has been waiting for this opportunity since he won that Battle Royal, and he gets it here tonight. Can he make the most of it? Can the Drifter walk away with the NXT Global Championship? We'll find out later on this evening, but we start things off here tonight with Hideo Itami in action. And it's about high time we start things then. Here we go. Kicking off the evening, Hideo Itami in action once more. We heard Itami last week finally breaking the silence on why he betrayed Kushida. Well, the damage certainly was done in that moment. Kushida, not a response from him yet. And he's not here tonight either. We of course saw Kushida picking up a victory last week over Xavier Woods, but it was what Itami said after that left us all kind of talking about the actions that happened on, well, that fateful evening 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now I believe it was. And Itami continues on his vengeful streak as he heads towards the ring here to go one-on-one against Dillinger. Itami's looked more ruthless since he did what he did to Kushida. I believe it was 3 weeks back now. And you have to question, with there only being about 2 weeks to go until NXT TakeOver New Orleans, is there a meeting place etched in that event for Itami and Kushida? That is a very interesting question to ask. And I would love to know what the answer would be to that one. Itami ready to go here, though, to kick things off on NXT. Will his mean streak continue? An interesting tidbit of note as he does this one alone. Dillinger not going to have EC3 in this corner, in his corner for him. Itami, however, has been going it alone since he turned his back on Kushida just a few weeks ago. A big night of action coming up here tonight on NXT, and I am pleased to announce, actually I'll announce it later on this evening, don't worry. I'll announce it in the match coming up next. As for right now, this match has the makings of a potentially very interesting one, both for Dillinger and Itami, but certainly more so for Itami, given his talking points as of late in NXT. Big powerbomb there to Dillinger, and a German suplex follows up as well. The taller of the two in Dillinger, again thrown about quite a bit, but again Itami goes over the top rope. Forearm counters him though. Back in the ring he comes. Spinning back fist is counted. Dillinger now has him rocked up against the ropes. Drop kick there from Dillinger, and Itami does go down. Good chance for the perfect 10 to show what he's all about in singles competition. Oh, big dragon suplex from Itami. Doesn't get a 1 count on Dillinger though, but it definitely did damage to him. That time, the spinning back fist connects. Completely flush as well. Itami takes Dillinger to the turnbuckle now. Lining it up here, bringing him in, and guillotining him down onto the top rope. A nasty impact on the throat, and a double foot stomp follows it up from Hideo Itami. Talk about ruthlessness right now. Itami certainly proving but he has that in plentiful spades. Kicks him down here. Don't know if he was thinking shotgun drop kick or not, or basement drop kick rather. Dillinger though back up to his feet. Counters from both men now. Kick in the gut, counter, dragon screw. Dillinger right up to his feet. Snapmare attempt countered. Dillinger gets countered by Itami, who comes in with a huge knee in the face. Oh, he caught him flush with that knee, but Dillinger still fighting on here. The resiliency of Dillinger shining through right now. He's countering an awful lot. And as this match picks up steam, Ty Dillinger going to have to do an awful lot to try and sustain a victory here. Single leg Boston Crab applied on Itami. Dillinger didn't really look like he had it locked in with much force, though. It's like he wasn't talking on it that much. Oh, and Itami's going to make him pay. The newest rendition of the GTS. And it catches Ty Dillinger right in the face. And that knee may well have finished business again. Itami covers Dillinger. And he kicks out at 2. A frustrated look on the face of Hideo Itami in that moment. And every reason for it as well. Maybe took too long after hitting the move to go into the cover. That may have been his untimely error. Kicks him in the gut right there. STO brings Ty Dillinger down. He's fighting on. But for how much longer is the real question. Forearm in the face from Dillinger. Went for a super kick there. Itami avoids. Another dragon suplex. A lot of counters from Itami in this one. Dragon suplex almost ended it there. Look at this now. Russian leg sweep from Dillinger. Very nicely executed. And I think there's got to be some frustration within Hideo Itami right now. He was looking for an easy win here, and he's not getting it. Oh, was that tiebreaker? I think that might have been the tiebreaker, or one of those two. Oh, but the leg is caught there as he looked to capitalize. Itami had him right where he wanted him there. Perfectly timed counter into a GTS. Go to sleep by Itami on Dillinger. Now it's over. Itami your winner. And I'll be honest, for as much as Dillinger was fighting, it never really seemed in doubt. Hideo Itami your winner once again. His mean streak continuing on. Will he be meeting? Oh, no. Oh, no. This is what Itami wants to do. He wants to be sending his message to anyone named Kushida. That's for certain. And there most definitely is one man who has that name. Itami wants Kushida, and he's showing it physically. Right now. There's the knee in the face again. The reverse GTS. And down goes Ty Dillinger. Hideo Itami pleased with what he's done. And Kushida has to be watching on every week now, more intently. We move on to our next contest of the evening. One-on-one here. Eric Young against Matt Hardy. Well, I did talk about what I was going to announce, and I can announce right now, courtesy of the NXT General Manager Logan Wayne, that it has been made official, and it will be happening. Sanity are to get their rematch against Broken Brilliance at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. The tag team titles will be on the line once again. Killian Dane and Eric Young will face Pentagon Jr. and Matt Hardy on the night in New Orleans where NXT takes over the town. Night before WrestleMania. Eric Young ready for this one though. He goes it alone. No Sanity in his corner. A very interesting predicament he finds himself in as he heads towards the ring right now. Can Eric Young though muster up a victory right here, right now over one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions to lead him and his team, of course, with some momentum on their back heading into TakeOver. Sanity, no surprise, they got a pretty much an automatic rematch. Took us a little while to figure out if it was happening or not, but no surprise they got one, given they reign as Tag Team Champions. What was it, 7 months, I believe? And the NXT General Manager is very warming, shall we say. He's very welcoming to rematches on top of that as well, so there was no surprise that this one happened either. I mean, you think about it, Sanity has had rematches, Corin had rematches, Okada had rematch, Pete Dunne had a rematch, a lot of rematches. He's still on NXT, more often than not you get a rematch. Kairi Sane had plenty of rematches as well. I think it was 2 she had, which is, well, I say rematches, I mean matches after losing the title, really. But here we are right now. Eric Young leading the Force of Sanity into Takeover once again, and he will be leading, and he will be flying the flag of Sanity right now against one half of the Tag Team Champions, Matt Hardy, heading towards the ring here. Basically, the 2 leaders of their groups doing battle, Broken Brilliance and Sanity. There is that title around Matt Hardy's waist to signify it. What a difference it has made for him. What a character Hardy has been within this universe. All sorts of stories to be said about Hardy and the legacy he's left behind in this universe. There's no denying it, from the leader of Scum and the WWE Championship to now a completely different figure cast in the name of Matt Hardy, but still has glory, still has tag team title around his waist. Because this isn't, though, the main brand, this isn't the quote-unquote big stages of the main roster. Matt Hardy is not a Triple Crown champion just yet. Does have a US title reign, does have a WWE Championship reign, does not have a tag team title reign, though, on the main roster. But there is, of course, the likelihood that once the title reign is done for the Broken Brilliance, they could be on their way up to the big stages, and maybe on their way towards those tag team titles. Ooh, Eric Young getting in a cheap shot there, just how we saw Itami in the earlier matchup. Clothesline there from Hardy, getting across his frustration as this match begins between these 2 rivals now. Big kick in the gut there by Eric Young. He runs right into that hit there from Matt Hardy, and the leader of the Broken Brilliance right now with a nice suplex there, and down goes Eric Young. Let's see what will happen in this contest, though, as they gear up for Takeover, as they gear up for another meeting between one another. Oh, nice work there by Hardy. Of course, we saw it last time out there. It was Pentagon Jr. and Killian Dane who were the difference makers for the 2 respective teams. And I wonder if that is still the case, roughly, what, 2.5 months on, by the time the Takeover comes around. I'm not too certain. Hardy having to roll out of the ring there. Coming back in and allowing Eric Young chance to get back in the ring as well, but Eric Young with a hard counter into the ribs. Northern Light suplex as well on Hardy. Good back and forth counters from these 2 guys. The reverse DDT. Hardy has him down here, gets to go up to the second rope now. Leg drop on that second rope. Good work. Knew exactly what he wanted there, and he got it. It's the veteran-like instinct of Matt Hardy working through. There's Eric Young, though. Look at that. Agility from Eric Young. Working and flipping his way through and sending Matt Hardy into the turnbuckle now for an unwanted addition to this matchup. 10 times his head collided with that turnbuckle there, and EY thinks he's done enough to pick up victory with it. Goes into the cover on Hardy here. Will it be enough to finish the deal? It won't. It's only a count of 1. The broken mind of Matt Hardy may well be too resilient to impacts like that. Big knee in the face, though, by Eric Young again. He is enjoying this right now. He is leading this match quite comfortably, and a flying forearm there knocks Matt Hardy down again. Chinlock applied. Matt Hardy able to get out of it pretty quickly, though, in all fairness. Good strikes there from Hardy. He escapes the hold. Ducks under. Nice DDT from the former WWE champion. Eric Young could be in a little bit of trouble here. Hardy in. Side effect from Hardy. He covers EY. Is it victory on this evening? Close, but no cigar just yet. Kick out of 2 there. And a very competitive battle between these 2 guys. Hardy coming back now. Could be just one twist of fate away for victory. There is a kick in the gut, though, and EY comes in again with that flying forearm. And EY taking a trip up to the top rope here. This could be big, and it will be! Elbow drop into the gut from Eric Young. slamming his head into the mat as well as EY done enough to claim victory for Sanity here. Oh, he was close, but Hardy kicks out at 2. Eric Young trying to find a way to end this right now. Is he thinking a submission hold here? No, he's not. He's thinking wheelbarrow, neck breaker to Hardy. Planted him in the middle of the ring. You are just a flying duck in the air, essentially. You are waiting to be snatched, and that's just what happened. Eric Young with the win, and if he does that at TakeOver, Sanity will win the NXT Tag Team titles for a 3rd time. Eric Young, your winner this evening, as we get closer and closer to TakeOver New Orleans. Sanity, Broken Brilliance once more, and it seems as if the challengers have their eyes on the prize. They have their eyes on victory. Will they be able to achieve it, I wonder, at TakeOver? We'll see about that one. Never discount Sanity, but never discount Matt Hardy's broken mind either. Next contest coming up right now, Jeff Cobb against Big E, so it should be interesting. Last week was a very interesting evening for this man making his way out here now, because he had plenty to deal with. By the time he recovered from it all, really, Jeff Cobb blasted from behind by Hangman Page with a steel chair right to his back. And suplexed onto it as well, I believe, and his head smashed off of the chair. And just an onslaught with that chair from Hangman Page. We're not even too certain why. Nothing's been told from... Nothing's been said from Hangman Page about it, and I do wonder what the reasoning was for it. Hangman Page and Jeff Cobb, to the best of my knowledge, have not had any run-ins with one another. So for Hangman Page to take actions like that, to take matters into his own hands like that, definitely a very interesting scenario. I was definitely perplexed by it. As I imagine was Jeff Cobb. I mean, he probably knows about as much as we do why Hangman Page has attacked him. I know that Page isn't exactly the most respectful of guys. He takes matters into his own hands. He's hungry around here for opportunity, but for him to do that against Cobb was definitely a very, very interesting scenario. There's no denying it, but here we go. Coming up next, we have our horse match of the evening, I think is the best way of putting it. Big E and Jeff Cobb one-on-one against one another. Big E heading towards the ring. And this one should be a very interesting one. Xavier Woods last week in action against Kushida, that one was. Came out the losing end of things. But Big E is the more successful of them. He's a former world champion, much like Matt Hardy is. I don't believe he has a tag team title to his name, though. That's the only thing he's missing from his resume. So I believe he does have an Intercontinental title reign under his belt. I might be in... Am I right? I don't know if I'm right in saying that. I know he has an ECW title reign under his belt. That's what matters the most, though. However, he is going to face a man who is pretty much on the track record for being a future ECW champion, maybe in one day. And that's not meant as a he's going to beat Seth Rollins. That's meant in the way of, you know, after he cuts his teeth in NXT. There is without a doubt a space waiting for him on the A show. Big slam there from Big E. Jeff Cobb looked like he fucking laughed that one off, to be honest, then. Up to his feet. Oh, discus punch there. Cobb got rocked by that one. Goes off his feet temporarily. Takes a breather on the outside, and this fight is back on inside the ring. Cobb, big time. Oh! ProJaked Ciampa double knee power bomb there. That's a dangerous move from Cobb. He knows it, and that's why he did it. Look at this now, up on the shoulder. Jesus! Running power bomb and just left him to fall there. No remorse of Jeff Cobb. All power right now. All business after the attack last week from Hangman Page. And we are seeing that first-hand cheer into the turnbuckle. Goes Big E. Oh, what a counter, though. Uranagi in the corner, and Big E now can start to fight back a little bit. Sit out. Spinebuster. Lifts him up here. Counter made. Shoulder tackle, and down he goes. Back and forth work from both men here. Trying someone from behind. Big E, though, double elbows. Gets himself out of that one. Oh my God, electric chair, and Cobb hits the ring. God, the way these two men are going about it, it's like they plan on breaking the ring. The horses putting everything into it right now. T-bone suplex from Big E. In the turnbuckle now. Went for a shoulder tackle. And a great counter there from Jeff Cobb. DDT, plucked him right in time. And another huge German suplex in this one. Oh my goodness, these guys are just flinging everything they have at one another. All the heavy artillery coming out in one fell swoop. Kicking the gut from Cobb now. Looking to slam Big E, but the big man kept himself planted into the mat there, so Cobb couldn't lift him. Now he has the arm. Cobb, though, punching his way out of it here. Good work from him as well. Escaping the hold in that manner, but look at that, another counter made there. These two guys have just got counters for days on one another. Huge belly-to-belly for Big E. Cover made. Will it put away Cobb this evening? Kick out at one. Jeff Cobb slow up to his feet, but he's definitely up to his feet, and this one can continue on as a result of it. Back suplex. Just throws him away, does Cobb. And now what are we going to see from the big man? Oh, yes. This is going to be incredible. These guys both weigh around the same, but Cobb makes Big E feel like a cruiserweight in his hands. Look at these trio of deadlift, gut-wrench suplexes that should mean there's only one move left for victory for Jeff Cobb. What an uppercut in the corner. Down goes Big E again. And he could be out of it here. Wait a minute, Cobb. Hammerlock in play. Oh, a back elbow there from Big E, though. Keeps him in this one. Cobb with a counter of his own. Shot there from Cobb. It's like it. Oh, back. Oh, my goodness. Just so much going on there that I just didn't have a moment. It was like, it just completely slipped from me. That back lariat there and that one shot from Jeff Cobb being enough to take Big E off his feet momentarily. Look at these counters again. Headbutting his way out of that belly-to-belly now. Big E doesn't want to go down, but neither does Jeff Cobb. These two guys go way too much in this match. Forearm, both men down. Both slow to return to their feet as well. From behind, Jeff Cobb has him clutched in. Twisting, back suplex from Cobb. Is there anything else that Jeff Cobb can do in this one to try and put away Big E? Is there anything Big E can do in this match right now? There we go. Maybe I was going to say to get him into this match and to keep him in it, but what a powerful hit there from Cobb. Is he going to do it again? Dragging him into the middle of the ring, and once again, Big E's going to be taken on a ride that he does not want to go on. There's one. Turns him round. There's the second. And one more to go through now. A third deadlift gut-wrench suplex should leave the final move. And Cobb is ready for victory. Cobb in place. Tour of the Islands. And with 1, 2, no way. Big E kicks out at 2. Cobb's reaction tells the whole story. Standing shooting star press though from Cobb. There's the freakish agility of him, and Big E still kicks out at 2. Now what does Jeff Cobb do? Because he's flung pretty much everything now at Big E. And look at that counter there for Big E. Big E ready for it. And this could be it. He's in for it. And he's going to get it. Cobb, wait. No, he's got him. Big ending. Big ending from Big E. Carried him on his shoulder for a second longer. And Jeff Cobb kicks out at 1. Oh my god, these two men are insane. How do you do something like this? This is a horse match to remember. Lifts up Cobb, but gets caught into a wrist lock lariat there and sent back to the mat with a great bit of aggression. Cobb fired up now. Let's see what he'll do. Big forearm in the face. Oh, counter from Big E sends Cobb into the turnbuckle. Cobb gets some elbows in though and gets out of it. Trying to remain fired up pretty much. God, these two guys just countering one another so quickly. How do they know each other so well when it comes to the countering department? I just do not know. Good counter from Big E there. Put his weight down on Cobb's chest. And there was nothing Cobb could do to get out of that. This match still ongoing. And neither guy giving in on the other yet. Big E lifts him up to his feet now. That's got to take so much out of you lifting a guy like that up. But then again, Big E is as strong as him. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. No way, Big E. Power bomb on the outside. Jesus. What a move from Big E. And that may well have done things right here and now. What is he going to look for now? Oh my, splash on the apron. Big E putting everything on the line to win. Doing everything that he can muster up, but Cobb counters him. Cobb somehow sends them back into the ring. Electric chair. Look at that, into that German suplex. A thing of beauty, a cover from Cobb, and it's still not enough. It's still not enough to do this. Big E coming up with the counters again. Uh-oh, counter from Cobb there though. God, these two guys just could counter each other all day, it would seem. Cobb took a long time to plan out what he was going to do, and Big E was able to come up with a counter as a result of it. He has the arm now of Jeff Cobb again. Trying to finish him off, but to no avail. And a drop kick from Cobb. Is this it though? After all they've put each other through in this match, is this going to be it? Tour of the Islands once more, and Cobb exhausted, battered, but the winner, Jeff Cobb, has done it. Cobb beats Big E in an outstanding horse match here on NXT. Jeff Cobb, your winner, and he's happy with it, but wait a minute. Into the ring just slid Hangman Page. Cobb, though, one step ahead of him this week, catching Hangman Page off guard, and up and over to the outside goes Hangman. Not this week. Cobb stands tall over him tonight. Well, Hangman Page tried and failed to get his hands on Jeff Cobb once again there. Cobb this time ready and away for it and took care of the business. Definitely plenty to discuss when it comes to those two guys as time goes on. Anyways, we do our next contest of the evening here. Toni Storm against Tessa Blanchard. A rematch, of course, from their long-standing rivalry over the NXT Women's Championship. The thing that makes this interesting now is that although this is Storm's first match since Takeover, of course, whatever the outcome ends up being here, if she was to somehow pick up the win over Tessa Blanchard, it doesn't mean anything because Storm can't be in that title match. You remember, she put her chance of challenging for that belt again on the line at Takeover, and she lost. So long as Storm... So even if Storm wins this match comfortably, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be Io Shirai against Tessa Blanchard at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. And of course, we saw that Shirai 100% isn't by herself either. We witnessed that last week when Mayuri Watani made her debut here in this universe, taking care of Rhea Ripley, my apologies, in a very entertaining fashion. Shirai still not here tonight, so it does leave Toni Storm and Tessa Blanchard to lock horns with one another. The rivalry continues on. It writes another chapter, and I imagine it will be a book that only has one half of it done by the time the NXT saga has come to an end. I highly doubt this is going to be their final meeting, and their match at Takeover Philadelphia was their last match for a belt as well. I'll stand by that one. Blanchard heading towards the ring though. She goes it alone. No trifecta in her court. I wonder how confident she feels about it being that way. We're about to find out now, because as she stands across a long-standing rival, Blanchard knows that she has to do her very best to beat it. She has to continue to stand tall over Toni Storm, and we'll see if she'll do that in just a moment. This match ready to get underway. Storm eyeing up Blanchard. The bell rings, and Blanchard trying to get out of dodge right away, not wanting to deal with Toni Storm just yet. Trying to create some distance between the pair of them. Blanchard getting back in the ring, and oh, look at that, as Storm is getting back in the ring. Blanchard capitalized, jumping her and sending her outside of the ring. Tessa Blanchard already starting to frustrate Toni Storm. That may be a big mistake made though from Blanchard. Wait a minute, has her in here, twisting neck breaker there from Tessa Blanchard. She definitely has it going for her in the early stages, but those double knees into the back could well have turned things around slightly. Knee in the gut though from Blanchard, has her up on his shoulders. This could be big. Fireman's carry, gorilla press slam. Big strength from the women's champion, from the leader of Trifecta as well. Storm fighting back here though. Dragon screw, torquing the leg, and doing a lot of damage in the process. Tessa Blanchard being picked up here by Storm. Counter though from Storm. Sorry, from Blanchard, and oh, Storm ran right into, I'm getting these names mixed up. Blanchard ran right into that German suplex there, and now Storm with the armbar locked in. I would have thought Blanchard's legs were by the ropes. Referee's got a better angle of this than we have. Blanchard's arm almost being stretched straight there. But the NXT Women's Champion able to get herself out of that one. Big drop kick, and Storm rolls to the outside again. These two women picking up where they left off inside that steel cage, that's for certain. They know each other so well, and they're illustrating that right now. Blanchard lifting up Storm. Got her with a corking shot in the face there. Storm somehow didn't go off her feet. Stays up, went for a running knee maybe, missed it. Blanchard didn't even have to do anything really. Heavy hit in the back right there. Saito suplex down in the head and neck there came Tessa Blanchard. Toni Storm feeling the edge right now. Again, the Hammerstein crowd on her side again as she does battle with a very old rival here. Look at this now. Oh, this is going to hurt on the arm. Pulling it down. That's already an agonizing position to be in. And then stomped down right in the forearm. Cover made from Blanchard now, on Blanchard now, but Storm cannot get the victory. Io Shirai's got to be watching on this one right now and enjoying everything that Storm's doing, because it may well make life easier for her at Takeover New Orleans. Backstabber from Blanchard though. And a hard-hitting one at that. Into the turnbuckle we go now. Blanchard came flying in, full head of steam, got countered there. Oh, big running knee from Toni Storm. Cracked her with it, into the cover. Go Storm, looking for victory. Only finding a 1 count though. Storm still trying here. Wait a minute, Storm gonna risk everything right now. A trip to the top rope is on its way here. Blanchard though, getting up to her feet. Storm went for the drop kick and Blanchard evaded. Mistake made there from Toni Storm. And now look at this. Oh, old rivalries never die, and we're seeing it now. Look at these two women flinging shots at one another. Blanchard sent off her feet there, and now look at this. The NXT Women's Champion was backing out of it, walking away from what she's involved in, trying to get away from Toni Storm here. That's not going to work out, because there's Io Shirai. Shirai with a shot in and throws Blanchard back in the ring, all for the assistance of Toni Storm. And Blanchard flying back in the ring. Storm takes full advantage. Storm rolls up Blanchard. Storm rolls up Blanchard, and Toni Storm got her. Give the assist to Io Shirai, but Toni Storm has beaten Tessa Blanchard. No title match for Storm. Despite beating the champion, she gave that up back at Takeover. But a victory sustained here for Toni Storm, and getting one over on her most bitter rival must feel so sweet. Io Shirai plays a huge part in it. A trifecta are the ones stumbling, heading towards Takeover now in one foul swoop. Advantage Shirai. Well, a big win there. And before we move on to our main event of the evening, I have been told that we are set to hear from the NXT champion, Tyler Bate. And there he is in the ring. Tyler Bate ready for this one. I imagine has plenty to say, especially after the announcement 2 weeks ago that, of course, he will face Brian Cage at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. And Tyler Bate getting things going here, thanking the New York crowd for the reception, saying it still feels great to be the NXT champion, but he can't lie, it is a worrying time for him. He knows what position he's in. He knows that he is without a doubt a huge underdog in this match, but there is that side to Tyler Bate that makes him enjoy it so much. I know what he's on about. And of course we all should. He's on about Brian Cage, saying he knows he's bigger, he knows he's stronger, and probably on his day could be better than Tyler Bate. But when Bate is on his day, there is no stopping him. Tanahashi, Velveteen Dream, and Corin know that to be the case. He has beaten them all, and at TakeOver he plans on doing the same to Brian Cage. Fighting talk from the NXT champion, and he's never afraid to back down from it, no matter how much taller or stronger his challenger may be. And he says his back is up against the wall, but that means he's just getting started. If Cage wants to be the NXT champion, he has to go through Tyler Bate, and he can't charge through him like he has everyone else on NXT. Streaks are made to be broken, and Bate will break Cage's at TakeOver. Of course, discussing the fact that Brian Cage is undefeated in this universe. And he says on that night, with everyone by his side, he cannot be stopped. He isn't the biggest thing NXT has ever seen, but Bate was the one who took him out. And he will add Cage to that list in 2 weeks. He may well be the Goliath of this tale, but we all know how it ends. This David will make sure that happens again. This is a true David versus Goliath scenario for Tyler Bate, but we know how the story ends. And we know if there's any David to conquer any Goliath, Tyler Bate is the one to do it. 2 weeks away from those two guys meeting. What a contest that's going to be at the main event of TakeOver New Orleans. Tyler Bate, though, more than ready to slay the machine and to remain NXT champion. Well, that is to come at TakeOver New Orleans, but as for this evening, we have our big main event coming up right now. The NXT Global Championship up for grabs. Elias, Lio Rush, who will walk out with the belt? We'll find out. It's a huge match, and it's up next. And here we go. The challenger coming towards the ring first. Elias making his way towards the ring right now. This is a big chance for him. This is a big chance for anyone, to be fair. I think that's pretty obvious, but Elias, having won a Battle Royal a few weeks back, has bided his time. He has waited for his opportunity. And he gets it here tonight. The opportunity to be the NXT Global Champion, to dethrone Lio Rush, who has held that belt since November, since TakeOver Respect. Elias can take that away from him. His first crack at a title for Elias. And could it end up being the one that brings in glory? Plenty of guys on their first crack at the title walked out with the belt. I mean, Tyler Bate did it. No, he didn't. My apologies. Tyler Bate did not do it, but there are some names out there who definitely did. I just wish they were coming to my head right now, in all honesty. The Broken Brilliance did it on their first asking. As current champions right now. Look at some former champions. I don't remember for certainty if Okada did it on his first calling or not. I want to say he did. Definitely did when it came to the WWE Championship. There's no doubt about that one. This guy, it took him a few attempts, but he finally got his hands on it. Lio Rush finally got the NXT Global Championship around his waist. A TakeOver Respect, and since then has not let go of it. Overcame Pete Dunne. at Takeover Philadelphia to retain the title again. And now with done out of his way, a fresh challenger awaits, and it is right here, right now in this main event. It is Elias. And this could be a match that could make the NXT Global Championship. A match that could be talked about in the history of this title. A match that could be discussed about the lineage, about the pedigree of this championship, about what it means to be the NXT Global Champion. See some matches right now. I would say Lio Rush's against Pete Dunne's at Takeover Respect was one of those times where we talk about what it means to be the global champion, how much both guys sacrificed to win that belt. And we'll see if it'll happen again here tonight. Lio Rush is ready. The crowd is cheering him on in this one. But Elias stands against him, looking to ruin any hopes of being the NXT Global Champion. Looking to take that title away from him that suits his attire so well. But Elias looking to be the champion, and that's all that he cares for. Imagine Elias being the global champion, heading into TakeOver New Orleans. I mean, it would surefire set up a rematch for Lio Rush on the event, but I know that Lio Rush would want nothing more than to walk into that evening as NXT Global Champion. Not walk out of it having won the belt, but walk out of it having held on to the belt. Rush is a fighting champion, but he always wants to be champion. Much the same how Tyler Bate is. Rush wants the same. Can he hold on to that belt again here tonight? He certainly is not lacking in terms of confidence. There's no denying that. Can can Lio Rush turn that confidence into victory here this evening in the Hammerstein Ballroom? Can he take Elias to the limit, but can he hit that final hour and hold on to the Global Championship once more? The man of the hour against the Drifter. The title on the line. Who will take it home? We're about to find out. There's certainly no bad blood between these two guys, but they both come into this match off of a loss. Elias via disqualification last week with Hangman Page interfering. Lio Rush, on the other hand, having been defeated by Brian Cage. Both guys endured a lot last week. I would argue Rush endured way more, but that's the kind of fighter the Rush is. Never giving up, no matter the scenario. And right now with the side headlock on Elias, he definitely had a bit of control there, but into the triangle lock goes Elias. Back into the side headlock now, though, for Lio Rush. Good work there. The man of the hour working with great speed, as we would expect from the youngster. Face first into the mat for Elias there. Back it up a little bit. Giving him a bit of room. And a big DDT from Elias now. Rush, I'm going to take a moment there to try and recover. Rush trying to use the ropes as well. Lands on his feet, but gets hit with another DDT. Elias working a slow pace right now, and he's working a smart pace as well, trying to keep the champion. It's a good game plan. Try and keep the champion on the floor. You know Rush excels at a quick pace. We know he excels in the air. So why would you let him be on his feet? Why would you allow him those opportunities? Well, he just gave him one right there, and he paid for it. Reverse suplex slam, kick out right away from Elias, but the fact that Rush got it in should be a pondering message to Elias. Oh my God, look at the speed now. Too much to talk about in a moment. Kick in the gut. Oh no, super kick in the leg rather. Super kick to an Elias on his knees. Suplex attempt there. Good counter from Elias, though, right into the neck breaker. These two men already breaking out some pretty impactful moves as this one has only just begun. Powerbomb attempt here. Great counter from Rush. Sunset flips it. Rolls him up. Middle of the ring to retain the title right now. Almost had him. Count of two. That was a good move there by Lio Rush. Picked the perfect time. Elias going for the move too early. Up high now. Double foot stomp there from Lio Rush. And he covers Elias, but only for one. A big move, though. Right into the ribs with the legs of Lio Rush. Look at the speed again. Look at that. Yes, that's the danger. That's what Elias had to try and neutralize. And instead of neutralizing it, he's more or less just allowing it to happen right now. Elias in trouble. Rush is on the top. He's going to fly. Oh! elbow drop, I believe that one was. This is all Lio Rush right now. Ducks under, moves around Elias, rolls him up. This could do it here. No. This has been all Lio Rush for the last 2 minutes or so in this one. Oh, but here goes Elias, ready to put things to a stop on that one. Shoulder bomb. Holding him up on that shoulder of his and then hitting that power bomb and now working over the leg. Elias firsthand just experienced why you need to take away the speed of Lio Rush. Why it's pivotal to do that. Cover made, early kick out. Didn't have the leg hook, and I think that was more of a cover to try and wear down Rush. Having to use his legs to kick out there. Look at this now. It's Elias up high. It's Elias who seeks the elbow drop, but he doesn't get it. Rush moved out of the way. And Rush charging in full head of steam, drop kick, and down goes Elias. Look at this now. In the turnbuckle, Rush sees an opportunity, sweeps in, and there's the enziguri. It's safe to say that Lio Rush is already about 80% of the way, to be honest, to holding on to the NXT Global Championship. Super kick to Elias. Will it end things? It will not. 2 count there. God, Elias really needs to find something and quickly here, otherwise he is done for. This has been, like I said, about 80% Lio Rush here, and he's about 80% of the way to holding on to that title at this point. Up on the shoulders now. Oh, Death Valley driver. Taking a page out of the book of the Velveteen Dream with that one. Rush up on the second rope. Knee into the face as well. Surely he is inches away from beating Elias, but the kick out at 1 might say otherwise. Went for a smack there, but Elias finally countering him. And look at this now. Up on the shoulders, fireman's carry, backbreaker. He's worked over the back quite a bit in this match, to be honest, and that is a smart idea from Elias. It has worked. Another turnbuckle pad being stripped away here. Oh, this is going to be a nasty impact for Lio Rush, and he goes right into it as well. The back being worked over even more, and Elias has suddenly turned this match upside down. He goes up to the top rope now, right on that exposed turnbuckle to look for the elbow drop. This time, he gets all of it. And he could be about to get the NXT Global Championship. He is 1 move shy. Looking for the drift away. Stop though. Moonsault from Rush. Covers. Hooks both legs. And it's not enough. Wow. 1 move away. The drift away was all he needed. But he might not even get that. Look at this. Beautiful move from Lio Rush. Goes into the cover. Is it enough? No. Kick out at 2. Lio Rush thought he had him. A twisting kill switch. I'm not sure if that's the final hour or not. But he was so close to ending things. Lio Rush an inch away from victory. Elias still fighting back right now though. What a title match this has turned into. Both these guys are putting everything on the line. But wait a minute. Punishment Martinez. What is this all about? Martinez takes out Rush and Elias. Both men are down. There may not be a new champion, but a new challenger certainly just put himself on the horizon.